We're continuing to play the Leo combo that we started playing yesterday between rounds of the challenge. If you missed yesterday, the deck was looking really good, and we've made some pretty big updates as well. Um, this is basically Aerith combo. Like, let me even go ahead and pay some homage to the original Universe Beyond Legend that started it all. Aerith. Yeah. So we had a couple different versions of this, but the idea is that this is it's whenever you gain life, you put a counter on it, and it has lifelink. This is really nice because if you Cauldron a Ballista onto this, you get to win the game. That's something you could do on turn 3. That's something you could do on turn 3 if you just go Cauldron into Ballista on 0, Aerith, win the game. That was the original idea of this deck, and then outside of that, you get to be like a really grindy, proactive Guide Pride deck, which uses Brightglass Gearhulk as like an insane 3-for-1. Now, Leo is just a really big upgrade to this card. It's one less mana, which is a really really big deal, and it ended up being, I think, a much bigger deal than I even realized. Where being able to just curve Guide of Souls or Ocelot Pride into Leo, all of a sudden you just have a pretty real threat on turn 2. That was really big. The sneak on this card did come up, especially with we bounced to Brightglass Gearhulk with it, and we're like, oh my gosh, this is insane. But also with Leo, here's the big thing. Here's the big thing. You can now have no board. You can cast Malevolent Rumble on turn 2, and then you can combo turn 3. Just the fact that you can go Rumble and dig for Cauldron or Leo, and then go Leo, Cauldron, Ballista, win the game on turn 3 is a really, really big deal. That you can like Rumble into your combo pieces and pop off. Now you're not super consistent at doing this. Obviously, you have to have it is a 3-card combo. But what's nice about this 3-card combo is every single card is just kind of individually strong. Maybe Cauldron's a little bit weak overall, but Cauldron still is like an interactive card that has like good utility outside of stuff, very resilient. It's Agatha Soul Cauldron, but Leo is also has been feeling like a totally reasonable threat. Like definitely. Oh, what the hell? Just joined a casual league, casual match. Okay. Leo is a totally reasonable threat, especially because he just curves so well with the guides and the prides. Felt great yesterday. Deck was looking really, really nice yesterday. We played a league where we went 3-0, and then we conceded 2 other matches to focus on the challenge, but things are looking really nice. Since yesterday's build, we had a veto, not veto. The 3-mana 3/3. It's a red white colorless. You can tap 2 untap creatures to copy a triggered ability, the card we've been liking in the green-white Birthing Ritual deck, and then blue-white Quantum Energy. Someone in chat said it really well. Without Solitude, that card's just not so good. So you can't go Solitude or this card Evoke and then exile 2 creatures. So we ended up kind of moving into Haliya as like our secondary like grindy 3-drop, and I like this card because it's also a 1-drop. It curves really well. It plays really well with Leo. Lets your Leo get really really big, or if your Leo attacks, you gain enough life. Haliya will draw a card. A lot of synergy here. And it also just helps you dig a little bit deeper for the combo, which is nice. We're also playing some extra Thraben Charms as interaction. Less main deck Vexing Baubles, because I just do think that these like green-white Guide Pride decks end up being, especially with the combo, you're good enough against Affinity. You don't need the extra help against Affinity, and there's less Solitudes at the moment. There's less living in at the moment. I don't think you need to be super crazy on Vexing Bauble in the main deck of these kind of decks, although it is kind of a metagame decision. Sideboard's a little bit different. We moved the Haywire Mite to the sideboard. I haven't really been liking Haywire Mite in the main deck for a little bit. It's like in theory, it's like so nice with Cauldron, a Ranger-Captain, and Gearhulk, but it's just like in practice, like kind of mediocre. I just haven't been liking it that much. Still feeling good about 1 copy of Heliod. You could play 2. The first one I think is definitely good. It's won us a lot of games. Liking the Grange mana base a lot. Liking the one of Static Prison. Cauldron, I think, is a strong card, a little weak and current can sign heavy meta if that's your whole plan. I agree if it's your whole plan. Certainly not the whole plan for this deck. I think on the play we can keep this one. Don't love the second Gearhulk so much. Might be okay to play 1 less Gearhulk with the Haliyas. Apparently Surveillance is play. Yeah, Surveillance is definitely better in Legacy than Modern because of the Goblin Welder is insane with it. Right, they go turn 1 Expedition map off of an Ugin's Labyrinth, and then they pass the turn. Okay, if we could find a Leo, we'll be able to combo. I guess Keeping a land is where we're gonna want to be, and I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna dump the ballista now, so I can jump the Guide of Souls this turn. Also, Cauldron Ballista plus Guide of Souls is kind of powerful sometimes. Yogg feels good till they slap Clarion Conqueror. That's definitely true. I mean, how many Clarion Conquerors are there right now, though? Like, is Boros still... Are they sideboarding a Clarion Conqueror right now? There's, like, no Belcher. Maybe it's, like, okay against Tron. You got a K command. Boo. Alright, so let's... I'm going to Surveil first. I will keep a land on top here if I have to. Leo is the best thing to see, though. I see a Pride. Let's say no to that. And what's actually really good about surveilling the Pride in Theard is I can Cauldron the Ballista now, and I can still have a creature next turn to Cauldron Leo. And I am going to go ahead and kill the spawn token after attacking. Have Cruel Harpooner for Clarion. Yeah, you could do that. I mean, like, it is a pretty answerable card. I tend to, like, kind of prefer just maybe Fatal Pushes because they're more versatile, but you could play one. Is Rumble better than Dredger's Insight? It's, like, so much better. It's crazy. The life gain Insight's nice. We could play some Insights, but Rumble lets you combo turn 3 without having a board on turn 2. It's like that dynamic is I'm not going away from it. Okay, so this does mean that we won't be able to combo next turn because it's turning off my Cauldron. I will say the Gaddock Teegs are very, very good against current Tron. It stops K-Command, it stops Karn, it stops Ugin, which is like a huge bulk of their deck. They can devour it, they have some answers to it, but it stops a lot of the annoying stuff. Pretty grabs a Tritosphere. Alright, so let's go ahead and Grange the Guide. Say that 5 times fast. Probably will grab the Static Prison. Okay, one thing I could do here, this is a little crazy. I could grab Ballista. I could grab Ballista and kill the card this turn. I think you know what? It's just crazy enough to work. It's just crazy enough to work, huh? Let's do it. And this lets me activate the Cauldron this turn, and I'm going to have actually a pretty reasonable amount of counters. A reasonable amount of counters for the Cauldron Ballista. Conqueror's the 33rd most popular sideboard card, like 7% of decks play 1.8. Not too popular, but if you play Yogg, you 100% get matched into it. Okay, I know that feeling, I tell you what. So they can get Tron online, so we'll see if they just have another Ugin in their hand, but we're going to get Ugin next turn, which is also part of the reason why they get so aggressive here. One of their 5 cards is a Tritosphere. One of them is this Talisman. I like. They could maybe Myco spawn me here, I suppose. They do play the Tritosphere. Yeah, I couldn't ping because of the Karn static. Well, I guess I could ping with the Guide of Souls. But just use the damage, I think, at that point. No way, dude. No way! We win! You lose! There's no card the Great Creator in play anymore. Get wrecked. I mean, paid actor. No one on Magic Online makes mistakes. Paid actor. You didn't need the Ballistas? What do you mean I didn't need the Ballistas? The card had 3 loyalty. I needed the Ballistas so I could get enough energy to jump the Guide of Souls. I couldn't activate the Cauldron otherwise. Wait, why did I not need the Ballistas? I needed them to jump the Guide of Souls to activate the Cauldron and to kill the card. I didn't need the Ballistas to Cauldron Ballista. I needed the Ballistas to jump Guide of Souls to kill Karn. I just needed them as 0 mana creatures that die. Didn't the Guide already have Ballista ability? Yeah, but it only had 1 counter on it. Oh, so you're saying I could have attacked Karn and then removed 1 counter to kill it? Is that better? That seems worse. I think my line's better because I'm just attacking for a lot more. Maybe I'm wrong. Alright, so winning game 1 in this fashion was really big. Obviously, they made a big mistake there. I don't know that I want Static Prison. I guess having an Alter Bridge is okay. Although we have the combo as an Alter Bridge. Teeg stops Bridge. Can play Seam Rip. Seam Rip does hit Talismans and Map. Like, I like Prismatic Ending against them. This is kind of better than Prismatic Ending. That saying was better, just you didn't even think about it. Yeah, you're right. I didn't even think about it. Fair enough. I'm sure about Haliya. I like the Ranger. I'm probably trying to make Gearhulk. Yeah, I don't feel like we're going to have room to play the Seam Rips. I'm going to cut the Heliod also a little slow in this matchup. Leo was combo. Yeah, true. With Leo, we would combo under Karn because the Guide of Souls would trigger the Leo to put a counter on it. Kept saying you need a Ballistical Karn. Yes, right. We didn't need the Ballistical Karn. That's true. However, I do think it was just better to get a bigger Guide of Souls there. And save the counters. Okay, let's bowl again. Yeah, our line was way better until my opponent just messing up with the Dismember. And none of y'all saw that. Yeah, this hand might be a little too slow on the draw, but let's give it an honest try here. You know, not having the combo, not having Teeg in hand, not having Phantom in hand is tough. That being said, we got 2 Rumbles, and we'll probably find some amount of this, right? Alright, no Dismember. Maybe a K-Command. You think they decided to put K-Command in their deck in this metagame? Do you think that they thought that was like a good metagame call? I just don't know that there are creatures or a need for mana or cards that require exiling the graveyard right now. Alright, I guess we did brick pretty bad on the Rumble. Although we do get to be on the play for game 3 if we just get slaughtered by a Karn here or something. There's a neat 5-0 here. Witherbloom command X4. Yeah, command could be okay. Okay, every time I see these decks, it's like your discard outlet is 3 copies of Bitter Triumph, and you know what? Just don't think about it. Just don't think about it. That you barely have any discard outlets here, and you're kind of mostly hoping to mill your Archons off of Ice Till and Witherbloom. I guess you could Thoughtseize yourself. Surprise is pretty cool. They grabbed a Chalice of the Void here. It's interesting. I'm going to go ahead and Phantom their Tronland, the Mine, I think. Yeah, you can Thoughtseize itself. It's like you have no good discard outlets in this deck, is what I'm saying, you know. You have no Psychic Frog, you have no Tainted Indulgence. The Sire of 7 Deaths is pretty sus, also. Or these Sire of 7 Deaths are pretty sus. They might be a good planning in Sporos right now. They probably are. They're not playing like any static prisons. For the most part. What was the combo? Didn't see Heliod or Leo last game. Oh, we didn't combo last game. We attacked them until their life total was over. And they also messed up really bad on a Dismember. And that was a big part of winning that game. My opponent's got a Chalice. Maybe they're thinking about Chalicing on 2 here. Instead, they have a second. Oh, they have Myco Spawn. Okay. So I'm glad we went after the Tron piece then. Although we did kind of let them cast the Myco Spawn. Then they're going to go Chalice at 1. Okay. Then they remember Karn. Then they minus the Karn. Maybe... I don't know. Maybe I should have brought in the Needle. Did anyone see me top 4 challenge with Blue Red Wizards with Slash? Slash the Ninja Turtle? There's a card called Slash in this set? Oh, it's Sven, okay. Whenever another creature you control enters, deals 2 damage to each opponent. When it attacks, makes a 2/2 mutant token. I mean, it's Sven. You can't really... what are you going to do? So if we hit Ballista and Cauldron, we win if we Rumble. I think I want to Rumble... Okay, I'm going to go Leo. Oh, no. I can sneak the White Orchid Phantom. Yes. Although, if I do that, then maybe I can't kill the Karn. I guess I can just attack the Karn. Yeah, just attack the Karn. They grabbed it in Snaring Bridge, I just noticed. I left it in the Static Prison, right, as an answer to that. Yeah. Although they've got the Chalice at 1. Alright, so now we see if we get really lucky and can combo. We do find Agatha's Soul Cauldron, and so we'll take the Cauldron. I do think we do have an interesting decision point because we can Gearhulk for Ballista next turn. We can Gearhulk for Ballista next turn to win. The problem with this plan is that my opponent has 2 Tron pieces, so I feel like it's better to just try to get them off of Tron. And then if we draw a land, we could win, or if we draw a Ballista, we win, or if we draw a Ranger-Captain, we win, which is a pretty big chunk of our deck. So Teeg is also really good. And if we miss, we miss. It would be nice to be able to Gearhulk for like a Mox here, but there's not really a Mox that adds mana. I guess Monk's Amber would work in the spot. Maybe we do have Haliya also. We're kind of maybe it's possible to facilitate where we could play like 1 Mox Amber for spots like this. Okay, we get Thought Not Seared, so maybe it's all for naught. They take the Cauldron over the Gearhulk, which I'm not even sure that that's correct. I guess that with the Chalice on 1. But we'll just end up getting... Ooh. I mean, we could Stone Rain them again. Seems kind of nice. We know they have a bridge. I feel like getting some Ballistas is pretty important, too. I don't have random lethal, do I? If I go Gearhulk, Ballista, then this is 8 power, plus another 2 from the Guide of Souls, plus another 2. Yeah, not going to be quite there. I think I'm going to Stone Rain. Let me know if this is not your move. But we do this, then we like force them to bridge. We do this, and then we force them to bridge, and then we kind of set up maybe for a Ballista win. Just like attack with Guide of Souls, trigger Ballista. This we do have to legend roll, obviously, but it does grow the other Leo in combat here because the Guide of Souls. Maybe we could be main decking the Phantoms with the sneak value. It's not like the biggest deal. Might be just probably more of like a metagame call, I would guess. So they do find another mine. They had his bridge and a bunch of mystery cards. They play the bridge. They have 3 cards in hand, so I can get in for like 5 this turn. Oh, baby. Well, hard not to blow up another land. Let's get it for 6 this turn. Yeah, I guess I'm going to jump the Guide of Souls as like kind of a one-shot damage dealer. Can maybe do the same thing by jumping the Spawn token next turn. Can you wait for first strike? No, it's in the declare blocker step. It doesn't work like ninjutsu works exactly. They draw another mine off the top, and then they play the expedition map into the chalice to get their hand a little more empty. We have lethal if we can get. Okay, this is also really big deal. So to just put a counter on something in combat. I guess maybe that's not a super big deal on this board state. But we just have to get Ballista because there's a Chalice on 1 anyways. And then we go Ballista on 0. So we could jump with the Guide of Souls again. And then we could put the counters on the Spawn. We could put them on the Phantom. It shouldn't really matter. We should just win the game unless they have a K command. Which I don't think they can really because they just drew Urza's Tower. Deck has been feeling really good. So we could put 1 more counter in combat here. It's not going to matter since they're already dying. Yeah, I agree. The sneak to redo ETBs has been a bigger deal than I thought it would be. You saw someone 5-0 with this deck already? Dang. It beat me to it. Was it our list or was it how different was it? I don't think we posted the updated 75. Just wanted to wait see if I wanted to make any more changes, and I didn't. I guess we'll keep all the tap lines. I've been thinking maybe you want to go down to 2 Granges. Tron again. So if we can find a Leo off the Rumble and an untap land, I guess I actually need 2 untap lands in combo. But they also have to not have card. Okay, so they were playing 2 Gearhulk, 2 Static Prison. They were playing Hierarch. I'm a big Hierarch hater, but what can you do? Very similar shell. Okay, we do need this untap land. Good sign. The Wraths are interesting in the sideboard. Maybe we should be playing Wraths. Do you have turn 2 card in the play? Hopefully it's a Seer. Can't beat a Karn. Okay, just a Seer. Although Seer is good still. Yeah, maybe we should have Wraths in the sideboard. They're playing 3 Teeg. So they just think Teeg is good enough and they don't need Phantoms. Could see that being good call. Could see playing less. So the Phantoms are really good last match, so I don't want to be like too dismissive here. So we're drawing Temple Garden. Let's go ahead and Rumble. So we would have been able to combo, but they took my Cauldron. I guess I just am going to take another copy of Cauldron here since I've got more Leos in the deck. I guess we could top deck a Leo to still combo next turn. They play a Fleshraker. Can kill it kind of easy with a... We could go Ballista, then Cauldron to kill it, although we'll see how that goes. Are they thinking about K commanding my spawn token? Bait Biscuit with the 51 months. Hope you're doing well. Appreciate you. Would Time of Need ever be viable in a sort of combo deck like this with so many legends? If you could grab Cauldron with it, I probably would consider it, but you can't. Okay, interesting that they tanked and then played Vexing Bauble with 2 cards in hand. We really want them to cast this K command. That must be the last card. We really want that to happen, but yeah, they're not going to. So we do not get lucky and top deck a Leo. Let's go ahead and Static Prison the Seer, I think. Draw a card. I draw a Guide of Souls, which is interesting. Is Time of Need just a worse Eldarby's call? Yeah. Yeah, so unfortunately my opponent's last card is K Command. Pretty sure. It's an easy tell that they have K Command because it's kind of the only thing that you ever like sit and think about with, you know what I mean? Maybe I'm missing something here. Happy Daylight Savings, I get to watch 1 hour earlier. Hell yeah. Virtual Reliz with the 2 months, thank you, welcome back. Yeah, about an hour after the stream's usual start time yesterday, we got a bunch of like... What is this? The start time has changed. Nation of the 38 months, thank you, welcome back. They do have enough. Yeah, I mean, they must have Kozilek's commanded as their last card, and I don't like that so much. That's bad for us. That's my color commentary. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna call Jid Leo because they might get confused and exile it. All right, so we're gonna pay here. I think we should probably go Grange. I'm gonna Ballista on 0 this turn, I believe. I might even want them to Thought-Knot Seer next turn so I could kill it and get another card. Oh no, my Walking Ballista gets countered by Vexing Bauble. Actually, it is relevant because I don't get an energy. Heard you made Blueback Flash of Modern queued for RC since because of the deck. Awesome, congrats. I'm playing it for the first time at paper this weekend. Big congrats. So my opponent's got a Kozilek's command, so I'm going to wait on the Cauldron because I do not want them to exile the Ballista. And I think, I mean, if they just don't cast the K command, that's fine. We could also like maybe sack Ranger-Captain and force the issue on their upkeep if they just don't cast it. How did challenge go yesterday? I made a pretty bad misclick in round 6 in both games that maybe cost us our top 8. I think we finished in 17th. I do like the deck. I would recommend the John Gorio's creativity deck. I would recommend. Am I going to get some practice in later this week? I don't feel like I need it. I've got a lot of reps with it, and I think that watch a Magic player practice their deck for a tournament is boring. I think watching a player figure out their deck for a tournament is more interesting. So any kind of practice will happen off stream, but I think I'm probably not. All right, so they predictably scry draw. Do I want to? I guess I probably just want to kill the Fleshraker now. I'm probably gonna upkeep sack the Ranger-Captain. I didn't mean. Oh, I clicked yield to all again. I don't know. I'm sick. I don't know how to deal with the yield to all. And then with the upkeep Ranger-Captain sacrifice, we could maybe kill some spawns to make another K command worse. But I feel like I'm just gonna sack instead. And we could also then we could Cauldron Ranger-Captain. We could start sacking cats every turn, which is part of the reason why you want to put a cat token on the counter, a token on the cat here. Practice work. There's a paper tournament this weekend, the Hunter Burton Memorial Open, that I play in every year. All right, they put 2 on top and they put 3 on the bottom. Then they sack a spawn to sack a Vexing Bauble, which there usually isn't much reason to do that. All right, so we'll see if they kept like a Devourer of Destiny or something like that. Maybe they found another K command. Will they have the tournament live on stream? Yes, they. I think the Twitch name is Hunter Burton Memorial. I think it's Hunter Burton Memorial, but I'm not 100% sure. It looks like we have to submit decks digitally, but the site they sent is 404. Yeah, no comment. Am I playing in the Sunday event or just a Saturday one? I think just Saturday. And if I day 2, I'll come back Sunday. But my weekends are just so busy with this game design stuff. It's very hard to fill. It's like just take a whole weekend off, and then also like take a whole weekend off, and it's not like taking my wife somewhere. You know what I mean? So I could do Saturday, and then I'll come back for day 2 if I day 2. But just got stuff to do. Seems powerful if we have to Heliod Ballista stuff and Guide Pride Gearhulk Shell. It's already good. Yeah, I agree. This deck has seemed really powerful so far. It looked great yesterday. Somebody trophied with a very similar build yesterday, apparently, and I'm really optimistic about this one. I think that was my go live notification. Yeah, so we were trying to think if Birthing Ritual could fit in this shell. I think you can. There are some issues, like Ballista's awkward with Birthing Ritual, and Rumble's kind of awkward, and Cauldron's just like all these cards. Just like it's kind of a lot of air. But I think it is possible to play the Birthing Ritual stuff here too. If you Cauldron Ranger-Captain, does the creature gain the sacrifice ability of something playing spells? Yes, that is a big part of our plan at the moment. In fact, if they have another K command, they should consider exiling the Ranger-Captain. That's probably part of what they're thinking about so much. I mean, Ritual fetches Ballista to the graveyard, which is clunky but kind of good. I wouldn't say it's that good though. it's not a very strong modern play. It's to sack your creature and then put another creature in the graveyard. But it can be relevant. Okay, so they make 1 spawn and they exile an Ocelot Pride. I'm surprised that this is where they landed. I think that this means they have Devourer of Destiny, right? So they have 3. This like has to be Devourer. 3 plus 6 is 9. So I can kill 3 things here to stop them from playing the Devourer. Let's do it. Unless their last card is a land, but they also have this Devourer here. I mean, they almost never play Emrakul. I'm just gonna let the Static Prison die, also I don't think it's very relevant anymore. Oh, so they have Tron, and then they put Devour into their hands. So maybe they just kept out their Tron piece. All right, so we get a little god here, maybe. Not the biggest deal. Although now we have no board, so their Thought Knot Seer coming back is a bigger deal. I guess we don't have a guide anymore, so we will pay. We'll make them pay, or make ourselves pay, rather. So say yes to this. Oh, right. It's also main phase, right? So it is going to get our card. I'm between Dredge and Amulet for Hunter Burn. What do you think you should play? It's up to you. You could shoot with lifelink trigger. Oh, of course. Sorry, I missed that. I knew we could go Grange level, but I missed the appeal to counter for the cat. That is a really big deal though, so we can keep chaining the Ranger-Captain. All right, so this is probably a good turn to not pay, since we drew a land. So I can make this a 5/5. Maybe I just want to kill the Seer. So I can go put a counter, kill this. But then if I do that, then I'm not going to be able to sack the I'm not going to be able to sack a cat this turn. You have a third K command? I don't know that Cold Legs command is good in this metagame. I don't know how many creatures there are. I don't know how many cards you want to draw. I don't know how much mana you want to make. I don't know how often you want to exile a card from the graveyard. Like, I don't really feel like Cold Legs command is right for this metagame. Why would my opponent register it right now? It just feels really weird in this metagame to me. I don't know. So I can't kill the Seer because this is on the stack. Good timing on their cast, by the way. All right, so we're gonna upkeep, sack. We're gonna take 10. If we draw exactly Brightglass Gearhulk, we're probably in good shape. And if we maybe if we draw Ranger-Captain or maybe Ballista, we're in okay shape. But for the most part, we're gonna be in bad shape. If we had those 2 extra cats last turn, that would have been a pretty big deal. All right, so take 10. We have another Seer. Yeah, Gearhulk's off the top still stabilizes pretty hard. Leonardo. Holy guacamole. We win. I don't know how I kind of forgot that the whole title of the deck thing here, but I forgot. I remember we were trying to play for this combo on turn 3. Let's draw this card. You don't have a 4th Kozilek's command? They probably are only playing 3 because it's like again, Kozilek's command is not very good in the meta because you just don't want to be drawing cards, making mana, getting rid of creatures, or getting rid of cards in graveyards. So it's probably a metagame call that they're only playing 3. They're just not the metagame for cards, mana, and removal. All right. Let's go, baby. We've won both game 1s against Tron. I do feel like that does feel like a big deal to me. So last time we left in Static Prison as like an answer to Bridge. Maybe Haywire Mite would have been a better option. I think I did feel that way last time. So let's go ahead and do that. Cut the Thraben Charms, cut the Static Prison. Yeah, I don't think you really want more than that. Cut the Heliod, cut a Gearhulk, cut a Haliya. Click submit. I don't know why I only now realize my sarcasm. Yeah, that okay. Joke alert, joke alert. Yeah, I'm kind of thinking I don't like the 3rd Grange that much. Could mulligan this. Yeah, we don't have a Teeg or a Phantom or the full combo. Okay, this has a Teeg. Teeg is really, really good against them. Opponent's on a Mold of 6 and they have a Devourer. Yeah, you can Cauldron Haywire Mite, which is why we were playing in the main deck yesterday, and I just don't think the Mite is that good in the main deck. Maybe I'm wrong. You're gonna Mite the Bridge if they get a Karn, only listening. Well, you could in theory kill the Karn. That happens a lot of the times. They go like Karn Bridge, you kill it, then you Mite. But I agree. Maybe that's enough of an issue that you don't want to. If they last game they also Chalice of the Voided, and you could have gone Chalice of the Void into or Haywire Mite into Chalice, then Cauldron the Mite to get through that. So that's an angle too. But yeah, maybe that dynamic is more important. They have a turn 2 Fleshraker. Do you need to play Spymaster's Vault for the Young Wolf combo? Wondering if that could be squeezed in here. It's pretty. It's a big power up for sure. Is it a need? I don't know. I would say need. Um, so as far as payoffs for it though, we would gain infinite life, which would be infinite damage off Leo. They also exiled a Dismember here, which is pretty nice. They're gonna have Tron next turn, so we'll see. Oh, and they do have a Devour in their hand. So Teeg is gonna force that action, I guess. So we're gonna be jumping the Guide of Souls. Do I want to offer the trade of Fleshraker for Teeg? I don't think so. I think we just make them devour the Teeg next turn, and then this way they can't like Ugid me or Karn me, and then I can like Ranger-Captain sack to deny those while maybe I kill with Leo. Yeah. The fact that this is a combo piece and it's also just a gigantic life-linking beater it's pretty cool. Its card is way better than Aerith, way better than Aerith, and I thought that Aerith deck was like close to playable, if not playable. Oh, they have a Dismember. A second Dismember. Okay, well, we've been had. So, see, they do have a Devour. They've got 3 other cards in their hand. They might devour my Leo now. They are tapping for Eldrazi mana. They're casting a different Eldrazi spell. It could be anything. Wait. When was the last time you saw someone put K-Command in their Eldrazi deck? Is that... I don't feel like this is a good thing to be doing in this metagame. Is this a good thing to do in the metagame? Deal 7 damage, exile the best creature on the board, and make 7 mana? I don't think so. I just don't... I know, like, post Modern Horizons 3, it was kind of a popular card to play, but it hasn't aged well. It's hard... Is this joke funny anymore? Probably not. Probably not. Well, I got one line really. What happened? Well, I'm just developing a new joke live. I think it's not the worst joke we've ever had on the stream. Not the best. Just developing a new joke live. All right. So we'll see if they got any more action. They probably do because they chose to make spawns. Is this a bit? You should know better than that, Blanks. Oh, sorry. I should have sacked the stupid Ranger Captain. That's on me. Okay, we're going to game 3. I don't know. I don't know. Should have sacked the Ranger Captain. I saw the other one too. I guess that game was actually really winnable still, which is good news for the deck. Bad news for the viewing experience. Although we get to test the matchup some more. We're doing the play this time. I mean, some good cards, but no lands. Classic, of course. I gotta keep. I think I put back the Rumble. It's a little bit weird. I really like that I can sneak the White Orchid Phantom, so I want to be leaning into that here. If this was just an untapped land, it would be so nice. I think that I'm very likely to cut the second Grange, maybe for one more fetch. Turn 2 Phantom, turn 3 Guide Pride. I think I guess it depends if we draw a third land or not, because if I don't draw a third land, I'm gonna sneak the I guess I could only do it turn 3. I mean, on turn 3 though, I might still just sneak the Phantom and then Leo, which would be way better if I had the Guide in play already. Agree on bottom Rumble. Funny because it is wrong. Oh, I guess those are two different comments here. That was the same chatter. The 5-0 list that we saw was really similar arts, but they weren't playing any phantoms, and I feel like you gotta play phantoms right now. I feel vindicated in our choice to play them. So they're not on Myco Spawn because they're playing Swamp. They play a map. So we could go Guide Pride, or we could go Sneak Leo. I think I like Sneak Leo, replay the Phantom here. And then Guide Pride's going to be pretty good with the Leo in play. We could also go Guide Pride this turn. I think I'm just going to go Phantom. They might only have one basic. We didn't see Waste last time, although they were playing just 4, so it was a different list, but I don't know, maybe yeah. Okay, they just red alert, they stopped playing the other basic. Phantom is very good right now. You got to play Phantom in the 75, it seems. Ooh. Okay, let's go for Haliya instead of second Pride this turn. Dig a little deeper. I think. Unless I just have Kitty's Blessing. This is 7, 8, 9. Then Kitty's Blessing. Okay, let's prioritize that then, with Leo in play especially. Although maybe my Leo's gonna get removed by K Command. Gonna be out of Dismember range. Why not Warp Haliya first if we're gonna play her? I decided not to play her is why. But also you wouldn't want to play her first, right? Because we're already gonna gain enough life for Haliya. We're already gonna gain enough life for Haliya, so it's better to get more energy than it is to get more life. So it's if sometimes Haliya first lets you gain enough life for the card draw, but if you're already gonna gain enough life, you want to play Guide first for the energy. They got another temple, so they probably can K-command my Leonardo. I just draw a basic plains. I guess we'll play this first. Fair, but less Leo triggers. It's one less Leo trigger, but I mean, that's true. Maybe that is more relevant now. I guess maybe I'm just defaulting to an older decision tree. So they're probably gonna go. They could maybe make. I didn't jump on the Leo, so maybe they make spawns and plan to chump block. Okay, the XL make spawns. I mean, we're gonna be beating Ugin most of the time here. I think we beat Karn Bridge. Lose to All Is Dust. Eldrazi can't be 2 MH3 1 jumps in a Phantom. I mean, we Phantom twice thanks to Leo. Leo is a big part of this. Also, they could win here still. Lose to 8-drop Ugin. I mean, they don't play that card. They also can't cast it, can they? They would need Ugin's Labyrinth plus Imprintable plus Ugin. Funny enough, Kirol would have been better this game. Just copy a Pride trigger. If they sack all the spawns, they can. Yeah, they could get 7-mana Ugin, not 8-mana Ugin without a lab. Not that they play 8-mana Ugin anyways. They could play All Is Dust though. That card does actually see play sometimes. They play a Blast Zone. They sack the Blast Zone. GG. Okay. Tough match. Emerging 2-0 against Tron is, I think, a pretty big deal against this deck. We also maybe could have won game 2 of that last round also. Alright, we'll try this one. It's not. Y'all are sad over there. I don't know what to say. We're sad here on Magic Online, but for different reasons. And we could just... If only you just took all the good things from both clients. Okay, so we're on the play against Jeskai. So the Vexing Bauble stopping Solitudes can be kind of nice here. They remastered Kaladesh and omitted it intentionally. That is like really wild to me. People used to hate Ballista when it was in Standard. Did they? I feel like Kaladesh Standard was like all vehicles and like I played a lot of Gearhulk. Speaking of Gearhulk, that's funny. A lot of torrential Gearhulk control decks. I think it's good to play Ranger-Captain so I can set up to be able to block a Heliod this turn. Like what? I can't remember what deck played Ballista. Yeah, I'm not saying that this is like correlated to why the card isn't seeing play or whatever. I'm just curious. I think I get Pride to go with Haliya. Constrictor. I can't remember what the Constrictor deck was like. I remember there was a Constrictor deck. So they do have the Heliod. Oh, the Winding Constrictor. I was thinking of Noose Constrictor. Okay, it's very funny. I tested a lot of Noose Constrictor Madness decks in that standard. So for some reason, it's funny enough. When you say Constrictor, I think of Noose Constrictor. Alright, we'll sack this to deny the life gain. Don't have a Cauldron right now to exile the Flage. They do need one more card in the yard for Flage. They could maybe evoke Solitude. Okay, we top deck a Grange, so... Yeah, I guess I'm going to go Warp Haliya. Ballista on 1. Maybe it's better to rumble into or try to rumble into a Cauldron. Yeah, this might have been better to try to rumble the Cauldron. If we miss, though, we like have no plan. This is also just like a really good turn. So there's that. Fighting through Flage is tough, but I can get Static Prison off Gearhulk for it. So do I let the attack happen? I guess not. Yeah, so it seems like we're gonna let them escape Flage, and then we get Static Prison off the Brightglass Gearhulk. I know you've been busy at Warning if you're interested in Slay the Spire too. I'm definitely like interested. Everybody I know that whose opinion I trust has recommended the game to me. I've heard only really good things. I certainly know it's the kind of game I would really enjoy. But it's also the kind of game that I fear I would enjoy too much, and I feel that I might genuinely just be, my life might be better off if I don't get into it because I will enjoy it too much. Which of course is not the worst problem to have here. All right, so if they have a consign for my Gearhulk trigger, we're in big trouble. Okay, officially in big trouble. Let me go ahead and surveil instead of granging this turn, I guess. There's a Heliod. Okay, Heliod, even just like going like Heliod lifelink on the Gearhulk next turn is not that bad. I can also maybe go... I guess I won't kind of have Devotion. Maybe next time I'm traveling, or if Modern goes to shit, you need a break. Yeah, maybe. I do wonder like what it would be like trying to stream Slay the Spire. I know my friend Amaz had good success switching to streaming Slay the Spire. I don't know if he would Heisenberg me and go, get off my territory. Probably not. Yeah, so let's go rumble this turn, see if we just find something nutty. Oh shit, should have tapped Plains, obviously. No, I can't play a second Gearhulk. I like that this turns on Devotion for Heliod. Assuming the Gearhulk lives here. The consign for the Heliod there was obviously so tough. Could have played around that, I guess. I think with these Arena of Glories, they have Heliya and Ragavan deck we're not attacking. Stream title is outdated, right? This updated Leo combo. This is Leo combo. Yeah, I mean, I really liked No Bandless Modern. I certainly want to play some more of it. Certainly do. Almost certainly will, but I mean the turtle set is I think the cards of the set are cool and interesting, and we are. Wait, do they have Flage Ephemerate again? The cards of the set are cool and cool but rude. Oh, I built 2 cool but rude decks that are in the Mox field, by the way. Okay, now we can static prison this thing. I mean, hopefully. Okay, let's warp this Haliya. All right. Do you have another consign? Do you have a third No More Lies? Oh my gosh. Jeez, dude. Okay. Good shit. So now I have to chump block the Flage. When I first saw Leo combo, my immediate thought was that it was the creativity deck. Yeah, I know it's been confusing because I've been a little confusing about that intentionally. And for that, I don't apologize. It's been like the best No More Lies I've seen in a long time. Maybe ever. Both builds without Monument. Yeah, it's just too slow to be in on Monument, especially in the Hollow One build. It's just not that kind of format, in my opinion. Okay, the third Grange really good this game at least. Not the worst draw. Although I'm out of Granges for it. I have what, 7 mana? 3/3 Ballista. They've got 3 cards in their hand. I also have another Haliya and Warp. How do you feel about Monument and no Banless Modern? I guess I haven't thought about it at all. I wouldn't exactly expect it to be very good. How good is Grange compared to the other lands in the cycle, excluding Sanctuary, I suppose? I mean, it's pretty good. I don't know exactly how to expand upon beyond it's pretty good. I could triple block to play around Discharge. Because if they discharge the Ranger-Captain that still dies, sure, I think that's fine. Like we've played all of them. Like we played Gingerbread Cabin with Shape New, Gingerbread Cabin back with Urza in like the MH1 era. Um, we've played all of them. Played a lot of Witch's Cottage. Funny enough, they do have another Flage. Two cards in their hand. Another Verge. A lot of Verges in their build. Interesting. Oh, sorry. I should. Wait, should I have played Leo first? No, it's the same. It's the same. It's better this way. It's more life this way. Yeah, Cosmic Rebirth and Haliya is fun. Although people are obsessed with these like slow, like unearth cards of these kind of decks. As I'm finding out, I don't usually think are very good. So they've got one card in their hand. We drew a Gearhulk. Dude, outgrinding this would be sick, man. This deck has been so exciting. I'm like really pumped for this one. Yeah, of course, Dwarven Mine is like I think mine is better than Grange, and Grange is probably better than the other two, the black and the green one. So they haste a Warped Riddler. Do they have a fetch land to haste a Flage also? I guess they could also do it with a Solitude or a Discharge. Jolted Awake might be okay since 1 mana hit. Yeah, Jolted Awake would be, I think, reasonable. Basic Mountain's one of the best cards for us, I guess, that they could have. Maybe they have like Flage plus Consign here. They are spending mana. It looks like a Prismatic Ending. Prismatic Ending on Leo. Am I dead? I think I'm dead. I'm at 7. Yeah, I'm dead. Oh, no. I go to 1. I go to 1. By my calculations. Although then I think I'm dead to the Hasted Riddler next turn. I don't think I can have a plan for that. So go to 1. Back at him. Maybe there's a spell we could draw. I don't think so. I don't think if we drew Guide of Souls. So we're down a game against Jeskai. I'm going to bring in the Boromir. I'm going to bring in the Lantern. I'm going to cut the Static Prison. Oh, we also have Thraben Charms as outstacks on the Flage. We also have the Cauldrons, of course. Is Leo that much better in Primate? It's okay. One thing that Leo does is it infinite combos on turn 3. That's better than a Johnny's Pride bait. I am a Magic professional. Being able to infinitely combo on turn 3, even if you just you can also Rumble turn 2, then go Cauldron, Leo, Ballista, win, which is a really really big deal as it turns out. Maybe I'll play 1 Teeg. Maybe I'll play 1 Thraben Charm. I think I like the Heliod. Let's just run this. Beyond that, the sneak is has been really big deal. Also, the lifelink got it is also great. It's very nice. Has been very relevant against Boros. The lifelink got it. Besides being what enables the infinite combo, sneak attack Phantom has been a big deal. Or sneak the Phantom replay has been a big deal. I would have been really hyped to win that game. The fact that they had the consign both times for the Gearhulk ETB for the Static Prison was like, that was so tough. Or no, it was No More Lies. All the No More Lies were really good too. The second there was one consign and one No More Lies on the Gearhulks though. All right, keeping this 7 on the play. Go Heliod. Splash red for Flage over Gearhulk. Still keep rumbling. Gearhulk is like really insane. I don't know. It's also Flage is not exactly like a splash card either. You know what I mean? It's like it's double red, and you want to play Arena of Glory with it. And Gearhulk is bananas. I don't know what to say beyond that maybe. So maybe I should play Pride turn 1. So if I drew Leo, I could sneak the token in this kind of spot. Do I want to Leo this turn? Kinda. What's the draw for a full set of Gearhulk when it doesn't tutor Leo Cauldron? The card is really, 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 really strong. It doesn't tutor Leo or Cauldron, right? So what does it do? It grabs Guide of Souls, Ocelot Pride, and is an insane grindy card that allows you to be both an infinite a deck with a turn 3 infinite combo, and a deck that is a turn 3 infinite combo, and a deck that is sorry, I keep losing my train of thought. Turn 3 infinite combo, and a deck that is very able to be very grindy. Like you saw how we were like outgrinding the Jeskai deck a little bit, although we did end up losing. But we're able to play that kind of game because we've got Gearhulks in our deck, and we're able to not just be all in on this plan, right? And this combo is really fragile. This is a combo that dies to creature removal a lot of the time, and it's a 3-card combo. So I say this a lot, and it's important to know this when you're building your decks in Modern, that if your deck is a 3-card combo deck, you can play 3-card combos if all of the cards are individually strong and you have other game plans, right? If you have other game plans, and this is something that's giving you the speed you can need against linear decks, that's really nice. But 3-card combos are not very interesting, just like as an all-in plan. So you almost always have to build these decks like this. They have Solitude Ephemerate, I guess? They pitch a Flage. Hopefully no Ephemerate. Maybe Consign. Alright, I mean, this worked out pretty good. We got the trigger for the Haliya here, or sort of the Pride here. So they could have No More Lies. So I think if they have No More Lies, I want them to No More Lies my Guide of Souls. So I'm going to bait by casting it first before playing my land. Maybe they have No More Lies and Haliya. Don't quite have Blessing to copy my spawn token. But we're not going to attack into Haliya, of course. Next turn, the Grange makes attack into a possible Haliya easier. See if they have a Riddler. They do have a Riddler. We get to just block with 2 cats, potentially. I think it's wrong to conceptualize this as a combo deck. It's green-white Birthing Ritual, but instead of playing Birthing Ritual, we play some slightly less good fair cards, which also combo kill turn 3. Well, I mean, I think it's funny. I don't think framing this is wrong, really, but I do think it's funny to say it's wrong to think of this combo deck as a combo deck. It's right to think of it as a ritual deck, which doesn't have ritual. You know what I mean? It's kind of like Splinter Twin in the sense that Twin is like combo control. This is like combo mid-range, which is not a very common archetype, I guess. Just again, I'm not saying you're wrong. I just think it's funny to phrase it that way. So we can go Heliod, Xerox with the 5 months. I got a real job now. Why am I seeing ads? Thank you for the private. Congrats on the job. Hope you enjoy it. Hope they treat you good. So we do get to attack with this Ocelot Pride here. Surprised not to see any Renegade Ralliers. I mean, I'm going to be honest. I just don't know why whenever I play a deck like this, people are obsessed with like unearth effects. It's just, we have 4 Rumbles, but like so many decks in Modern just do not put stuff in your graveyard. It's crazy to me. It's crazy the Renegade Rallier love. You know, maybe, I don't know if I'm just wrong for this, but I just don't love Renegade Rallier like you guys love Renegade Rallier. Probably putting the counter here. So I'm not 100% sure, really. But I like that I can get the Guide of Souls out of discharge range by putting the next 2 counters on it and Flage range. Yeah, Wrath the Skies would be good here. We do have some Ballista outs to win at least. Yeah, I agree, Ruck. I understand your point, and I even agree with your point. I just think phrasing it this way. Don't think of this combo deck as a combo deck. Think of it as a ritual deck, and it doesn't have ritual. But you're not even wrong. It's just funny. All right. After some deliberation, they put a card on top here. Oh, right. I also get the. I guess I get to get everything out of Flage range. Forgot about Kitty's Blessing. Um, 4/5, 5/5. I can make. I guess shouldn't matter a ton. Yeah, I'm gonna put the counter on this Guide of Souls. Plan to jump onto this Ocelot Pride and have Grange up to kill the Riddler in combat. All right, I thought that was gonna be a Wrath the Skies with how fast they were casting that, but it seems like they just didn't have anything. A lot of good top decks too. That's not one of them. We'll keep this Grange in hand for the combat trick. And attack with everything and keep to the plan of jumping here. Lifeguard redeem become a mod. Let's go. When brewing this, did I consider any other shells? Not really, just because I had this combo more or less ready to go because of the Aerith build, and then I did make some changes, and then we made some more changes. But I think it just mostly it mostly comes here. I don't think that there's necessarily going to be a lot of other ways to build this because like you have to play Guide Pride. You really want to play Rumble. It's maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I need to open up my mind a little bit, but I did not think about many other shells. It has been good though. It's possible you could play it in like a Boro shell or an Abzan shell. I'm torn between mod and blowing all milli on a single bad 5. I think you can only gamble up to 400,000. What's the common trigger range? I mean, I could put a +1 counter on this 5-power Ocelot Pride or this 5-power Guide of Souls to kill the Riddler if they blocked there, which is why they're blocking here in the first place. So let's go ahead and give Guide of Souls lifelink for sure. And then I'm gonna go a bit bigger over here. It's a lot of Heliod activations the old-fashioned way today. Oh, of course you would know magical. So we do get 2 extra counters before damage from the first strike also. I think we might have lethal here. It's I'm just okay. This is kind of fun. We're not gonna have lethal anymore, but and they are gonna get to draw extra cards off the Riddler. But what's fun is we get to move damage over here or counters over here. So they are going to get to draw extra cards at the Riddler. We're mostly only concerned about Wrath Disguise at this point in the game. I'm going to go ahead and get both of these up to big enough where they can kill a Riddler in combat just in case. I think that probably matters more than other things here. I guess I can get this out of Flage range. And you know, if they do draw Wrath Disguise, we are a deck with 3 Ballistas and 7 tutors for Ballistas. Although they have Surveil to Flage the graveyard, so I guess we'd only really have one window to draw one. Any of them would do, though. So we would have, if they do have Wrath Disguise here, we have 10 outs. The question here is, are Leo, Cauldron, and Ballista respectable cards without the combo? They definitely all have been, yeah. So like one big part of Ballista being a respectable card is that this mana base gets to play Idyllic Grange. Without the Granges, the Ballistas would be way worse. But like they're just like you just get two Ballistas for 2 mana really often with them. I may consider Giant Killer can handle Flage, Riddler, some Eldrazi can be recurred with Sneak. I thought a little bit about it. It hasn't been a card I've liked for a while. It's like even killing all those things is very mana inefficient. So for the most part, I think I'd just rather play the Static Prison, which is a lot more mana efficient, can get more things, but cannot be gotten by Ranger-Captain, can't be snuck. But so they found the Wrath Disguise, I think. No, they wouldn't discharge here. Yeah, they would save the discharge. Unless they think that Heliod dies to Wrath Disguise. Okay, no, they're just trying to get their hand empty, but they seem to have mistapped because they don't have white up. Okay, so we're up a game. And we're not up a game, we're going to game 3. I wish Teeg hit a little bit more in this matchup. I don't think I could really bring it in. I'm gonna go to the bathroom. If they think about resideboarding, it might take some time. But hopefully we can win game 3. Hard matchup to mulligan in. I think we're gonna have to. Might have been more reasonable than I thought. I think I like the 7 or the 6 more than I liked my 7. My opponent does keep 7 on the play. I don't think we've drawn a Cauldron this match yet. So there's the Leo. So I'm going to try to rumble in the Cauldron and just cheese the win, I guess. Like, especially if they go, like, Haliya, tap out for Riddler. I mean, they could have some other... They could have Consign or Discharge or Solitude still, but... This is the plan. Which we fail to find. I guess I'm taking the Marsh Flats now. Gotta cast these Gearhulks. I might end up just going 2/2 Ballista next turn. If they blink one of their own things with Haliya. It's an interesting question of should we play Silver Bullet 2 to targets if we have 7 2 1-drops? We are playing some. We're playing a Vexing Bauble and a Static Prison. But I was main decking a Haywire Mite and really disliked it, so that it got regulated to the sideboard. So if they blink the Riddler and we draw Cauldron and they don't have Solitude, which is a lot of things that have to happen here. I mean, they're going to blink the Riddler. But if all those things happen, then we win. Drew a Haliya. So I could go Haliya, Leo, Ballista 0, draw a card. Sorry, I don't know why. Sorry, this is a 3/3. I think I mentioned it last turn that I could kill it with Ballista. Obviously, I can't. Just thinking. I think that should be fine to Ballista on 0 for a card and a counter on Leo. What's the combo with Leo? If you Cauldron a Ballista onto it, you win the game. This is whenever you gain life, you put a counter on it, and it has lifelink. So if you deal damage with it, you get to put a counter on it. I think we might just get run over by the Heliya Riddler here. I think they're probably going to blink the Leo. They might blink the Spawn, yeah. Maybe they have Consign to fizzle this on the way down. Could block here. Let's not. Yeah, so it's like it's the sneak has also been really relevant. 2 mana has been super relevant. Yeah, so it's like a better Aerith. They do let the Leo come back. I am pretty scared of No More Lies. I guess I'm going to attack first, though. I think there's a shell with Leo, Cauldron, Engineer, Recruiter. Probably not a good shell. Like again, what's nice about this combo is Leo's really good with Guide and Pride on curve, you know, and you can dig for the combo with Rumble sometimes for some speed. Hopefully they don't have No More Lies. But besides that, no, dude, No More Lies. Besides that, like mostly what I like about this combo is that like it's a little bit incidental while still giving you enough turn 3 wins that you have enough speed against the linear decks. I think trying to be really in on the combo doesn't make a lot of sense. There's also like there is a mono red creature that combos with Ballista Cauldron. Yeah, this draw is gonna be really tough to beat. So unfortunately we fall to 2-1. Some close games here. It's a very weird card. I don't know what it was though. I think I'm gonna surveil and just go Warp Haliya plus Pride, draw a card next turn. Not play into like a turn 1 removal spell. Yeah, War Elemental I think was it. Sorry, I should have fetched already. Although I'm kind of yeah, I am really weak to 1. Okay, thankfully no 1. Let's keep the Cauldron. I think we just jam the Cauldron. My opponent could be sitting on Fatal Pushes here. Yeah, worse against Snare, for sure. Obviously very hard to play perfectly. Graveyard a Strand. There's a Leo. Rumble's been super good. You can go turn 2 Rumble with no board state, and then turn 3 you can go Cauldron Leo Ballista and win the game. And like the fact that like the Rumble digs for like some of those pieces gives you so much speed. It's kind of crazy. I think it's like Logic Knot. It is awkward. It doesn't curve into Gearhulk. I agree. So all 3 sewers out of the deck. They do keep a card on top. I think on the subtlety turn, you don't want to just play like one of the big things. Don't love that I didn't draw a land though. Let's bottom since we want to draw a land. We have a total of 3 basics in the deck. Hoping for no Bowmaster. Okay, Fatal Push is not as bad. Because they have the Field of Ruin, I need to cast the Gearhulk now. If they have a second subtlety, they have a second subtlety. So probably gonna bottom because of the Field of Ruins. Thoughts on Ranger-Captain in the deck? They're good. They're in there. Come on, counter it. Maybe I shouldn't have floated mana. So creativity video, interesting Grixis build to play 4, straight 4 color. Yeah, you can definitely do a lot of options.
I did like Rin and 6 a lot. So maybe they had a snare? Maybe they had a snare and they got scared because I floated a mana. It's possible. Be a bit cowardly. Ah, Bowmaster. So I need to kill the Bowmaster because I'm going to draw a card off the Haliya still. Opponent has only one card in hand. If I draw a Cauldron, I can combo. Besides that, I don't think I can gain enough life to survive. The one of Static Prison. Not enough. Down a game against Dimir Flash. Is there a green card that goes in for the Ballista Cauldron? Is Young Wolf there? Well, yeah, with Young Wolf, you need another payoff for Ballista Cauldron. So we maybe should play one Young Wolf, because then the Young Wolf is going to let us go. I mean, it doesn't make a lot of sense with Leo as like a payoff, because then you gain infinite life. You gain infinite life with Guide, infinite life with Haliya, infinite life with attacking Leo, infinite power, but you just win with Leo. And there's not like a really easy way to have like another good payoff, I think. What about Ranger Vase over the Hulks? I don't know if you're joking, but this is a 4/4 first striker that can get artifacts and enchantments versus Ranger of Eos, which is a 3/2. That does the same. It's just strictly worse. So you must be joking. So, no comment then. Lantern stops evokes. Bauble stops evokes subtlety. I think I'll play a Boromir. Would Eldarmy's Call be crazy to try? Eldarmy's Call is so bad in the Boros metagame, it's just very difficult to include, yeah. Thraben Charm might be a little awkward, but I think the removal's okay. If Ranger Captains are working, you can play Speaker. I think Captains are a lot better, but Speaker does grab Leo, which is nice. This hand's functional if we surveil into a land. Let's just mulligan. Okay, we've got the combo. So I guess I just keep the full combo with the redundant with second Leo. Ranger vs. Castle turn 3 spawn. I don't know what we're talking about. Yes, spawn makes it not strictly better. One is a first strike 4/4 light 4. It's a 4/4 first strike trample, which is it's much better than 3/2 no stats, and it also like. Hold on, sorry. I'm gonna play the Cauldron and really hope they don't have a Snare, a Pierce, or a Consign. It's a lot of cards that get me, I guess. Yeah, I just don't know what we're talking about. It's like, and it also gets artifacts and enchantments, which is really nice. I just, what are we talking about? Am I wrong that Insight over Rumble and play one Young Wolf is another infinite life combo? You're not wrong. Rumble lets you win the game on turn 3, though. Infinite life combos also on Magic Online are just not infinite life combos. It's like, it's a bit weird. On paper, that would be something I'd be a lot more interested in, but the same paper. All right, so I'm going to fetch main phase to Beta 1. Don't think I want one of those. You play the Ballista first here. You play the Ballista first so that if they have removal spell but not counterspell, you can hold up the Cauldron activation. Okay, so exactly like what we just said. So we're just gonna wait on the Cauldron tap. Yeah, Brightglass has been good. Y'all have just been sleeping on it, maybe. I just can't stress how much better a 4/4 first strike trample is than a 3/2. It's like surviving Flay, it's just so relevant. It's crazy. Maybe you play Ballista on 1 there to get counterspell to opponent's hand. With the second combo piece in hand, I don't think so. I think you just want to be more proactive. I think we want to be more proactive here. Guess we kind of get got by Cling. This is second goes to Johnny's Primate. Johnny's Primate does not combo. You need lifelink. Aerith is a card that does combo. Oh my gosh, the fetch land is so insane here. Okay, they have to have a counterspell though. If they have a counterspell, we're in awful shape. They did not have one last turn. They did not have a Snare 2 turns ago. Oh my gosh, I could have played around Logic Knot. Logic Knot made some sense too. Devastating. That was really, really tough. I think I was supposed to save this as a Grange. Playing around the logic nut's tough there too. This may be doable. Now it's just so hard to win. Play one copy of Phoenix Down. I mean, I have played Phoenix Down in this archetype. It didn't test particularly well. I'm shocked by the amount of like let's try to play a slow unearth suggestions too. It's like these cards are just not very good right now. Like the amount of people that are like, let's play Leonardo's technique and Savine's reclamation and Jolted Awake. It's just it ain't the time, I think. You can play around both removal and logic nut though. Yeah, that's true. I think I would probably make the same line again. It's just tough to run into. Yeah, I agree that tutorable unearth is better. I just is not the right format for it, I think. It's not the worst ever, but I'm not a big fan. They can save the wand with Field of Ruin. All right, let's keep it moving here. I mean, if they don't see the Field of Ruin line, I guess we could maybe win, but let's keep it moving. Conundrum is not a good card. All right, when mulligan to 7. If they feel, can you tap the Cauldron? The one was already a 3/3. It's not. I already had to tap the Cauldron to kill the one. Something's not a good card. Confounding Conundrum is not a good card, which was suggested in the chat. Okay, I'm gonna play a Guide on turn 1. Mystic Gate. You can sack to Warp Ritual to Warped Haliya to Birthing Ritual. That's true. I do think it's possible to play Birthing Rituals. You get a Steam Vents. A little flooded. Conundrum back, kind of figured. I thought there was a time where Field of Ruin was in vogue. Yeah, it's just like Field of Ruin 1 is already a combo. Like try to tap out for a Conundrum. Just a bit weird. Play the Warp Angel instead of Haliya. Possibly if you play Birthing Ritual. Stock up is a little weird. Hopefully they don't have a subtlety. Yeah, we could do something. I think if you were going to play Ritual, you might just want to play it over Rumble. And then your turn 3 kills are like really reduced. But you could do Ritual over Rumble. And then you could play like 2 Haliya, 3 Starfield Shepherd, maybe 1 Ranger-Captain, still maybe not. I don't know, something along these lines. All right, they flaged my Guide of Souls here, so we're definitely going to want to try to play Cauldron for the flage. If I have Ballista on 0, I can jump the Brightglass Gearhulk this turn, which is interesting. How interesting is that? Not the most ever, I guess. Yeah, I think we'll just chill. Maybe at that point, Okay, they have a Solitude. They pitch Wrath Disguise, so they have a second Wrath Disguise in their hand. Okay, I think instead of playing the slow match against Wrath when we want to try a Birthing Ritual, but we'll just scoop and rebuild the deck here. So I think one thing is if we add Birthing Rituals, it might become kind of easy to play one less Walking Ballista.